Just when I saw this comment from one of my viewers slash subscribers, that's when I saw JLR bring Alex up on the panel to talk about the fact that the resisting arrest charges have been refiled. You know, they can do that, right? And they switched it, according to JLR, from resisting arrest to passively resisting arrest. So it went from a felony to a misdemeanor. But I think they're trying to do that for a purpose. I think they want Alex to go in front of a judge and not have a jury trial, because he stands a better chance in front of a jury. And I think they're doing it because of Carlos's lawsuit that he filed yesterday. Carlos, I keep saying that guy's name as Palazeulos with an N in there, but somebody wrote it as Palazeulos with an L in there. So I'm going to have to look that up. But in any case, we want to ask, we're going to get into all the semantics. We want to ask if Alex is going to win this specific case. He has other cases pending, but this one, the one that they refiled today. So we're going to look for the man. Alex is the man. Before him is the bird, and then the snake, and then the child, and then the stork. All right, so let's see what the snake means. It's usually about deception, right? Let's see. Deceptive, dangerous, trouble, lies. So they're going to try to tell lies on him. They're bringing back that pee-pee thing again. And that's why we came to arrest him out there, because he's in front of the house and they told him not to go there when he was never really told not to go there. And then the birds, which is 12. And the birds is about gossip, communication, social media, meetings, and siblings. All right. And then Alex is in the middle. He's the man. This is Lenormand that we're doing, okay? And then the child is a young energy. Starting out. The child is 13, youth, young person, new beginnings, immature, starting out. And then the stork is again about new beginnings, I believe. Let's double check. Change, birth, new ideas, transformation. So I'm glad the snake did not end the sentence, right? Because that's not a good ending. It started the sentence, but it ended really, really great with the stork. So I'm feeling positive that I don't know that they're going to drop these charges because they just refile them. But Alex says he will subpoena Savannah, he will subpoena Nanos, he will subpoena everybody for his case. He's gonna really need a lawyer. I know Juanita is he's gonna need an attorney. Juanita's a lawyer. She's not an attorney, but she can help him with a lot of the legwork, okay? Of course, when Alex came on JLR, my heart's broken and sunken, and JLR is like, how are you doing? And he goes, blessed. He always says that. He always says, I'm blessed, I'm good, I'm blessed. Even if he's not good, he's good and he's blessed. This doesn't scare me that the snake started out the sentence, okay? And if we want to verify some stuff, let's pull tarot. I had to come in the office because it's too hot outside to do this. So you're going to hear the AC rolling. The vent is up there though. And I locked the room door so you don't hear the unit right out here in the hallway. Actually, the closet that the unit is in shares this wall right here in this room. So that's why you can hear it rolling. And the puppy wanted to come in, but she didn't want me to lock the door, so she's outside. So we're going to read on Carlos too, okay? Just give me a second. Let me just pull 3 cards to find out what that snake is doing there. Okay? I'm telling you, there's only a few people that Alex can trust. You know, he can trust JLR, trust Juanita, and he can trust a few of the other streamers, but some of these streamers are the ones that are causing problem for him. The devil, temptation, indulgence, addiction. He's a recovering addict, so I'm going to pray right now that he doesn't fall off the wagon. He's been clean for over 15 years, I think he says. So Father God, keep Alex on the wagon, keep his mind stayed on you, keep his focus, Lord, that he can beat these charges so then he can turn around and sue these people, because everybody wants to sue Pima County. Strength. This makes me feel better. Courage, patience, inner power. Here we go. I haven't sent any of my videos to Alex because he gets a lot of emails in his thing. Plus, I'm not in the habit of sending my videos to people that I'm reading on, because you guys know I'm just learning, right? I come from a pure place with my stuff. Do I really believe when I'm spreading this stuff out? I pray first and everything. The 5 of Cups, loss, grief, regret, mourning, sorrow. Alex just looks so sad lately, and I feel like that this is what the 5 of Cups is about. Just a lot of loss and regret, you know. So that's what that snake is about. That's what's going on inside of his brain, even though he says blessed. And the only reason that Juice ever knew that I read on him is because somebody sent him my video. I don't send my videos to them, right? Because some people are not with the cards, and I don't ever want to offend anybody, and I don't want to cram this down their throats. I'm not in the true crime thing as a sleuther, because I don't want to do any of those investigations and have nothing come at me in the way of, you know, the unaliver is still loose or the kidnapper is still loose and they come for me. So I'm just reading the cards, trying to read the energies to see what's going on in the story. So that's the first case for Alex. That's the what do you call it, the resisting arrest that they dropped from a felony to a misdemeanor according to JLR. I'm sure Juanita will explain all of that later to us. But I feel like the reason why they did it is because Carlos and his family are suing $3.something million. Now, I told you before that I'm keeping Carlos Palazeulos on my list. I have a list of people here, 10 people that I think could be involved. Some of them have asterisks because I feel like they're like, yeah, they're involved. Some of them has a check mark, kind of like maybe, and some of them have a question mark. All right, so I'm still keeping Carlos on my list. I think he has a check mark for me, but it's not because of him. He never gave me the vibe. Even though they say, oh, he had the eyes, he had the eyebrows, okay, whatever. He has more feminine type eyebrows. But I never thought that the eyebrows that we saw for the porch guy was done. I felt like more eyebrows were going on up here, and that another mask, a second mask, covered it. So I don't think he's porch perp. I don't think he's the one that's involved in snatching Miss Nancy. The only reason I side-eye Carlos is because of his mother-in-law. I said that the other day. She was like doing a little bit too much, but I think she's a part of the lawsuit too. And I don't think she did anything to Miss Nancy. I just think she was going over and aboard to protect her son-in-law, which maybe you can't wrong her for that. But they did break up that lady's house, because remember when she said that, oh my God, they came in, they busted this, they put me in a corner. They shouldn't have detained all them people. Why detain all those people if you don't think they're involved? I'm talking about the mother-in-law and whoever else in the lawsuit, maybe Carlos's girlfriend or wife or whatever, right? So what am I reading? The next question is Carlos gonna win his suit? All right, I'm not gonna ask if he's gonna win the whole $3.something million, just if he's gonna win. Does it look favorable for him to win? All right, let's look for the man, because I feel like this is why they refiled Alex's suit, because they know that Alex is gonna bring a lawsuit, one of those civil lawsuits, and Alex says he will. So I feel like they're like, hell, everybody gonna sue us, so we might as well convict him, because then if he gets convicted, then he can't sue, apparently. They have their tricks up their sleeves. I don't like the ending for Carlos. The beginning is really, really good. Public display, right? This is a public event. Okay? And then trickery, deceit. I don't think they're the ones doing the trickery and deceit. I think it's law enforcement against them. It could be about a job work. Well, they did snag him because of his job, because he was doing deliveries in that neighborhood. So his, what do they call it, geo footprint or whatever, put him in that neighborhood, put him even at Miss Nancy's house making a delivery and stuff. So that's why they detained him. But like Chris McDonough was saying, when I was working these type of cases, we just go and say, can we sit down and have a conversation? And they would just talk with him. The guy wasn't running, right? So this is Carlos, and this is about contracts and agreements. So this would tell me, yeah, that he might win this lawsuit, but I don't like this coffin at the end for him. I don't like this. I hope Ellie don't try to harm this guy. I don't like this. Endings. All right, we're going to read on him again in the future. And if he didn't have anything to do with whatever happened to Miss Nancy, I hope he takes them to the cleaners, right? So then the last question. What time is it right now? It is 4:16 in the evening. One more for the gush. The gush. One more for the gush. So Alex also has another misdemeanor pending, right? The one for, what was that one for? They said he threw the pea in the road when he did not. Because the resisting arrest is when they arrested him in front of the house. But they arrested him before at his house, at his apartment, right? And that one is for, I don't know what that thing is. Is that called being a nuisance? Throwing the pea when he didn't throw any pea. So we're asking if that case will be dropped. will that case be dropped? Going into it, I feel not. I feel like they might want to rope the 2 misdemeanors together and give him a plea deal, like probation, don't take it. I don't have to tell Alex that. He knows. I worry about Juice. I don't want Juice to take it. The 4 of Wands, celebration, homecoming, community. Not a bad card. Let's see what the rest say. This is about the judge, the honorable judge, something steal. It's a woman. Let's hope she's not under the clause of Nanu's. 7 of Cups, many choices. They're going to try to give him pleas. That's why they're dropping it to misdemeanor. They don't want him to go in front of a jury. They want him to have a judge for a bench trial. So the judge has all the say-so, and they're going to give him these options. If you don't take this plea, you're going to go away for 18 months in prison, not jail. But if you take this plea, we're going to give you, 3 years probation and blah, 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 blah. Probation is hard. You have to have money to pay for probation. That's why some people like to spend time in prison better. 3 of Swords. Be careful, Alex. Don't trust everybody. This is like the worst card in the whole deck, but I didn't get a feeling that this is going to happen to Alex. I feel like this is a warning to him. Be careful. Be very careful who you're trusting. Trust JLR. Trust Juanita. Who else is in his inner circle? His kids. And then the High Priestess. Intuition, mystery, inner wisdom, secrets. And then hidden underneath the deck is the 10 of Pentacles. Wealth, inheritance, and stability. When it's all done, he will sue. And let me grab this to clarify the 3 of Swords. Because I didn't get, you get, I don't know about you, but I get vibes. And I told you guys before, I don't think I'm psychic. Is there a test that you can take to see if you're psychic? Because I don't think I'm psychic. But I think I have a really, really good discerning skills. I think I've always had that since I was little. And like the kids say, you get vibes. They always say, oh, Mama, you get your vibes. Oh, my God. But they listen, though. They listen when I tell them about my vibes. Even before I started to read tarot. Child, this is a young person. Fresh start, right? New start. The book. This, a lot of secrets going to come out. Whose secret? Because Alex is an open book. And the dog. He's protected. Let's see. Let's see the dog. 18. I was writing out everything last night and I saw the rest of the meanings. Loyal friend, pet, advisor, and trusted. That's Juanita. That's Juanita. I feel hopeful. I feel hopeful for Alex, okay? I'm invested with these guys. Because if it weren't for them, we would know nothing about the Nancy case. We know what the heck's going on. Yeah, so thank you to my subscriber who asked me to read on this. This is what I want you guys to do, okay? And if I can come read on it, I'll run in here and read on it. I know I have my friend that wants me to read on Dr. Fauci. But I'm kind of reluctant to read because you guys don't seem to like the politics. And so I don't want to put out anything you guys don't like. So maybe I'll do it just privately. We'll see. Little book is kind of skinning back and tearing up. That's why I'm writing it in that big book. Alright guys. So say a prayer for Alex, okay? Especially if you care for him. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.